Hello, everyone. It's July 21st, 2022. It's a beautiful day here at PEI. Um, it's going to get hot and humid later, so I thought I'd take this moment just to do a quick little video. It's kind of an update video, just about what's been going on, what I've been doing, um, and so on. And as you can see, there's ink swatches in front of me. Usually what I do is I use this notebook. When I have an ink, I put it in this book. Quickly got out of hand, out of order, and someone had mentioned that they used a Rolodex. So I probably will still continue to stick things in here because I often take this with me. Uh, and if I go to a pen club meeting, I'll take this with me, and I'll just stick them in there. It's out of order, um, but still handy. So somebody said that they used a Rolodex, and I thought that was a great idea. And I looked around and I found a Rolodex. So what I've done is I've pulled out all the cards that are not in use and put them at the back, and went through my swatches, or my ink samples and ink bottles, and just took a Q-tip, did a little ink splotch, and then just used the dip pen that I came across recently at a thrift store. It's a glass pen, and you just dip it in the ink, and it allows you to, you can write and draw with it. It's probably all I'll ever use it for. I might do some drawing with it, but I just, wrote out the name, and then I put them in alphabetical order, and it's kind of fun to, keep things tidy, so I just know what I have. Funny thing is I realized, I don't have as many inks as I would expect, but is that a bad thing? I don't know. As I was doing it, I thought, I should try to get more inks and fill this Rolodex up completely, but that's slightly ridiculous. I'll continue to pick up inks when I see something I really like, or a new brand or something like that comes available here in PEI. I tend to get my inks locally if at all possible. We have a nice little bookstore actually not a little bookstore. We have a really nice bookstore in Charlottetown, and they have stationery and fountain pens and inks and stuff like that. So I tend to purchase my inks there. I get my fountain pens, some of my pens there, but I get a lot of my pens too from eBay and things like that because I'm into vintage pens. So anyway, I just put my inks on these little cards, and they just pop in and out. You can put them on easily enough, and I've set them up alphabetically to, just so it's handy, so I can figure out what I have. And Noodlers, Diamine, Pilot, that's all in there. So that's really handy to have. I'm quite pleased with that. On ink-related things, I'm just going to take a quick look at a little project I've had ongoing for, I guess, since March 4th of this year. And what I had done was I had put a light test together, and this has been in my window facing intense light since April, and we get a lot of light in the summer, so I'm seeing a lot more reaction to the inks. And I'll open it up now. Fountain pen inks are, I don't expect them to be really stable or light fast when exposed directly to sunlight, especially if it's like taped in a window and getting light all the time, all different types of light. And but some of them have actually held up a lot better than I expected. And some of them did precisely what I expected them to do. Oxford blue right here. This is folded over, so this part here doesn't get direct sunlight. So Oxford blue, one of my favorite blues, actually changed quite a bit, and it has turned into a gray. I'm quite surprised by Black Swan and English Roses. That's Noodlers. It's actually held up really well. If anything, it's gotten darker. There's the piece that was there's the swatch that was protected from sunlight. Noodler's walnut also has held up very well. It's actually, if anything, it's gotten darker. Ancient copper. This is the ancient copper here that was protected from sunlight, and here it is over here, and it's getting washed out as time goes on. Platinum carbon black right here and here has held up as it claims to do. It has held up amazingly well. No fading. You know, it's a very durable ink. After a number of months in the sunlight, no change at all. So, and I use this for, I keep it in a TWSBI, and I use it for artwork. I draw with it, and I use it for journaling. I use it for all sorts of purposes. I include it in watercolors. The great thing about it is I can draw on a watercolor paper, and then afterwards, after it's dry, go over it with watercolor, and it doesn't bleed, it doesn't wash out. And I'm confident now, too, that it's exceptionally durable. Up here, you see 2 paper samples. These are just little cardstock black squares that I had picked up. And they've done what this is the what it originally looks like, very dark. And like, you know what, I knew it would fade quite a bit. You can see actually right here, right on the piece, the difference. This is a white gel pen that I had picked up, and I was curious to see how durable it was, and it has held up really well too. So I'm quite confident using that in my artwork too, so, knowing it's not going to change very much. Like, it'll be interesting if after a while to see how this holds up over time. Kind of makes me think that what I should do sometime, say in January, do another light fast test, but with more inks maybe and different materials, just to see what happens. It's really interesting to do tests like these. They're quite simple to do. You just have to be patient. But it allows you to know what your inks are going to do. Like, I have no problem using all these colors in a journal or in letters, you know, that's closed. It's not exposed to light. They're not going to change that much. But if I'm using them for artworks, I now have an idea what colors will be quite durable. And keeping in mind, too, that artwork isn't going to be directly exposed to sunlight unless you have a house with a huge wall of glass windows and the sun is beating directly on it. But if you place it in a room where there's no direct sunlight on it, they will be, some of these will be fairly durable. So these are all fun to draw with and use, and so I know what I have an idea what will happen over time. So that's pretty much what's been going on. It's summer on PEI. It's a busy time of year. I'm doing other things, so I haven't been as busy with YouTube as much, and everybody else is outside too, so YouTube is a little quiet, but that's great. And today a new set of stamps came out, and I needed to send some letters fairly soon, so I went down to the post office to get some stamps, and they told me this was released, and it's vintage carousels.
Well, hello people, I'm here.
Oh, Pen Kid 2 has appeared.
Yes.
He has come out of his...
A wild Pen Kid 2 has come out from their corner.
Yeah. I don't know if everything is focusing particularly well all of a sudden.
I really like those stamps.
I know, eh? They're sort of a...
carousel?
Yeah, carousel, and they have this rather nice fan shape to them, so vintage carousels.
The classic fan around the edge.
Yeah.
I see the Rolodex.
Yeah, for some reason my camera's not doing them justice, but it's very nice.
They look very good in person.
Yeah. So I'll use these. I have some letters to write and some stuff to do, so it's nice to have some nice stamps. I like putting nice stamps on my letters. So anyway, I hope you have a nice day. What else? Like and subscribe if you're new to the channel, or if you like the video, thumbs up is all helpful. If you have any comments, what do you use for your ink samples, swatches?
Do you have a Rolodex?
Do you use a Rolodex? Do you use a book? Do you use some other system? Do you do like tests? What kind of stamps do you like?
We're always curious.
Always curious. Anyway.
Have a great day, everyone.
Right. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.